So I guess Games Workshop doesn't use the heavy metal branding anymore. I am a bit old school then. So in that case, do you think you can beat the Games Workshop painting team in only 20 minutes? No, don't start the timer yet. So the base of the miniature is Mechanicus Standard Gray. It's your typical kind of dark gray spray primer from Games Workshop. And right at the moment, I am just slathering on a whole bunch of non-oil, which is one of their washes. I'm just trying to get it in the recesses of the miniature, and therefore, in theory, keyword in theory, I'm going to be able to pull out some of the detail a little bit later and in a relatively fast method. Oh crap, crap, crap! Wrong order, wrong order, wrong order! I need to remove a lot of the non-oil off the miniature. I want to keep it in the recesses of the armor panels, but I want to get rid of it from most of the faces. And now the secret weapon comes out. That would be my hair dryer, which I purchased from a church rummage sale for a whopping $1. Ignore the burning smell. Next, I'm moving over to Black Legion contrast paints. And I'm going to actually apply this on the various parts of the armor that are supposed to be black. This is a Deathmark, which has several areas of its armor coated more or less like in a very black color. So that's what I am working on right at the moment here. And the contrast paint will get that color relatively fast. And it should pretty much dry by the time I'm ready to do something more with this step. That's looking halfway decent. Oh no, I don't have my water here. Okay. I don't have a cup of water. Someone didn't think this out very well. Crap, 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 crap. Really didn't think this out very well. Okay, so we're working on that there. Now I'm moving on to silver. I'm going to dry brush this all over the miniature. Well, except for the areas that I just painted black. And hopefully the dry brushing... Yep, just grab some of the contrast paints right there. This kind of semi-dry brushing thing I'm doing won't get in the recesses a lot, and we'll get some of that black non-oil wash from earlier, and you'll still be able to see those details. Plus, if you miss parts of the miniature, well, it's just kind of a worn look, right? So I had this intricate battle plan set up. I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this step, this step, this step, and it's going to work great. And it is just falling apart right as we speak. I forgot to paint the gun. So we'll go back and hit that with some contrast paints here in just a minute. Back to the contrast paints. I had all my paints laid out in a perfect little fashion, nice order. Do this one, then this one, and yeah, that's already gone to hell in a handbasket. So now it's got some very careful work with the moot green. I gotta paint his eye up a little bit. Then I'm gonna run some in between the little crevices in his head. Yes, the joys of detail painting when you're under a super time crunch. Turn off, turn off! Okay. Then I gotta hit the various glowy parts in the gun. If you slap the paint outside of the area, it's called OSL, alright? Sorry. Incredibly awful, awful painting joke. A little bit of a disaster. The contrast paints didn't actually dry down in the crevices of the gun where the green paint's supposed to go. That's a little dark and crummy down there. Not gonna lie. Got some white coming out here. I'm going to mix that in with the moot green to give me a really bright white color. That is going to highlight a lot of the glowy areas. If you're a little bit more careful with this color, you kind of can cheat, and it sort of makes the other stuff look like real OSL-ish. Oh, not when you do that, it doesn't. Let's get some of that on the eye. And then just a dab of white in the very center of the eye to finish that effect off. This is where I really need to clean my brush off, but I literally left my cup of water in the other room. Fortunately, I have a wet palette. It's got a little bit of water on it, and that's how I'm kind of washing my brush. It's not the right way to do that. But then again, nothing about this video is the right way to do things. All right, taking some more white. I'm going to hit the face of the Deathmark. Get my Necron names right here. So they have oddly white faces. It's something to do with their lore. Don't really know. I don't know much about the Necrons. I'll be honest with you. Alright, that will have to work. Alright, well, I've got some of the white still on my brush. I'm going to mix that in with the silver. You get a nice bright silver effect. And just very carefully highlight some of those areas. Okay, that looks terrible. Terrible, just terrible, Jason. That's just all awful. Jeez. Okay, maybe you should skip this step. This step just looks horrendous. Or take your time. That's another valid option. All right, 5 minutes left. I've got 5 minutes left. Things are going decently well, minus the whole water cup thing that I keep bringing up. Slam some more caffeine. Oh, God, this is way too much coffee drinking at once. Temple Guard Blue. Now, there's one last effect I need to get, which is that there's some serious edge highlighting on some of the armor plates of those dark regions for the Necrons, and I want to capture that feel. I was hoping this would be more some sort of detail thing in the miniature I could fill in, but it's edge highlighting, and yeah, that's going to be fun. So being over-caffeinated and under a time crunch trying to do edge highlighting is an absolute, utter, unmitigated disaster. Now what is that? The guns do not have any blue highlight on them. Thank goodness, because it looks atrocious. Okay, one final step. I got just 2.5 minutes to get it done. I think I can pull this off. I'm going back to the non-oil wash, and I need to just bring out the mechanical smile they have. I would say that we're doing this to kind of capture that creepy Terminator smile they have. But I guess James Cameron, in the recent comments about Avatar, has basically made both the left and the right angry, so let's pretend that doesn't exist, and the Necrons are original creation. Oh, F it. There's no way it's going to turn out good. Okay, screw it. 1 minute left. I'm going to call this miniature done. 19 minutes. So let's pause this here before it goes off and makes an awful, obnoxious noise. Toss the box away because I don't really care. All right. So how would I describe the result of my miniature? Well, it basically looks like someone tried to copy the Heavy Metal team. Oh, they don't exist anymore. The Games Workshop team. Basically in a 20-minute paint job done with some on the internet, and looks exactly that's how they expect it to be. There's a running gag in the internet that when a video or a news headline asks a question, the answer is clearly no, and that still remains the case with this video. Alright guys, I was just screwing around a while because what happened here is I recently put out a video where I took the other half of this Necron kid and turned him into a Heroescape character. But it turns out when you do make a video like that with a whole lot of 40K terminology about a different game, well, YouTube goes ahead and recommends that video to people of Warhammer 40k fans, and they don't really care about Hero Escape, which is quite understandable. So, I thought I'd have a little bit of fun with the miniatures that were left. If you want to see me try to do this crazy, stupid stunt some other time, feel free to post that down in the comments, and I will see what other miniatures I've got laying around that I could try this with. I'm sure it'll be an utter disaster every time. So with that, I'm Jason, the creator of the Tabletop Battlefield. Thank you guys all for watching. Have a happy new year, and I'll see you in 2023 on the Tabletop Battlefield.